If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because you're a teacher. Teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. Teaching is the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Students, don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It is not what is poured into a student that counts, but what is planted. Teachers have 3 loves: love of learning, love of learners, and the love of bringing the first 2 loves together. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Education doesn't just make us smarter, it makes us whole. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. I have learned silence from the talkative, toleration from the intolerant, and kindness from the unkind. Yet, strange, I am ungrateful to those teachers. A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. Good teachers know how to bring out the best in students. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Change is the end result of all true learning. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The learning process continues until the day you die. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. They know enough who know how to learn. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. They cannot stop me. I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any place. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Education is the ability to meet life situations. Learning starts with failure. The first failure is the beginning of education. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned.
Good evening. Am I audible? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So once again, thank you all for registering and attending this national level online faculty development program on outcome-based education and application of generative AI in teaching and research organized by DST Curie AI Center of Sri Padmavati Mahila Visvavidyalayam, SPMVV University, Tirupati in association with IPSR Solutions Limited. We would like to welcome Dr. Suresh Nambudri, Director, Aspire Technologies, Pune, Resource Person, and all the FDP participants. So about this FDP, this will be a one-week program with the live sessions on the same timing from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So we do expect you to attend all. Please note, registration for the LMS is still open. So fee for the LMS access and the processing of certificate is rupees 400. So all the participants who have paid the processing fee will receive the LMS access, the video recording for all the days, and the provision to download your FTP completion certificate. So the procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed to you towards the end of the FTP. So if any of you are yet to make the payment, please make the payment of amount rupees 400 to the account details that are given in the chat. So if you are unable to attend any of the live sessions, they will be available in the LMS. So we have shared the LMS access details through email to those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp till today 4 p.m. So those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp later today will receive the LMS access details by mail later in the day or by tomorrow. So if you have any trouble in attending the WebEx online session, you could also join the YouTube live session. So the live session link is given in the chat. So I'm Rakiraj. I'll be the event moderator for the day. So talking about coming to our technical session, today's session is handled by Dr. Suresh Nambudri, Director, Aspire Technologies, Pune, on the topic underlying threats of OBE, ChatGPT, and AI tools. Dr. Suresh Nambudri is a product design specialist in automobiles, consumer electronics, home appliances, computers, and telecommunications with over 30 years of industry experience. When he resigned from the corporate world to contribute to the Indian education sector, he was the chief operating officer with Tata Motors. He was part of the team that developed the first Indian car, Indica. He has designed and developed over 200 products, including washing machines, refrigerators, desktop, laptop computers, smartphones, and accessories. And many of them are for the first time in India. He has traveled to over 22 countries and closely worked with engineers from 8 countries. He is a highly sought after professional interviewer for senior positions in engineering and management for Indian and MNCs operating in India. The insights gathered from interviewing over 12,000 candidates made him investigate and research the state of Indian education, particularly in engineering education. So the findings eventually led him to associate with a global team of 158 industry professionals and 2 Ivy League universities for a pan-India ethnographic survey for unearthing root causes and finding sustainable solutions. So currently, Dr. Suresh Nambudri is working as the Director of Inspire Technologies, Pune. So he has served as a resource person for faculty development programs in the topic of outcome-based education, critical and creative thinking, ChatGPT and AI tools for educators, design thinking, etc. So he is currently collaborating with the HEIs like IITs and NITs and other premium institutions for improving the employability of students. He is a mentor, researcher, and an educator in addition to a senior corporate consultant. He is a BTech Mechanical, MTech in Product Engineering, and MBA in New Product Development. His PhD research subject is cognitive rigor requirement for startup and entrepreneurship. So I welcome you, sir.
Good evening to all. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So our topic for this faculty development program, that is OBE with the application of generative AI for teaching, and research. So these are the three different subjects, or these are all interconnected. I am going to speak about all these three in 3 hours. That means approximately we will be dividing 1 hour each. Means 1 hour each in the sense, first I am going to speak about OBE. I am aware that last 3 days you had a very good explanation of OBE explanation, and you would have got lot of information from that. That is from Dr. Sunil Job, then from Dr. Mendes Jacob, then Dr. Thomas Varghese. They would have explained it, what is OBE, what is Bloom's taxonomy, and how to use how to perform the calculation, attainment calculation, etc. So today I am going to speak something very different from what they explained in those days. I am speaking from the point of view why we require OBE and why it is a crucial factor, and what is that underlying thread, underlying foundation of OBE. Once we understand what is that under these underlying threads, then we can approach OBE with a different perspective. Then we understand the seriousness of this, and this can be applied in your day-to-day activities. That is part number 1. That is underlying threads of outcome-based education. Second, that is today itself from 8 to 9. I am going to show you 100 plus ways to use ChatGPT for pedagogical excellence. I know that this 1 hour what I am getting to speak to you, this I am trying to speak about things I normally take offline FTP for 1 day. So that is a little challenging thing, but I am sure that I will be able to take you to that particular field, and I can build the basics, and I can explain to you where you can find more and how you can learn and practice it more. So that was how to use AI for teaching. Third, that I am going to take tomorrow, that is how to use artificial intelligence for high impact research and publications. I repeat, how to use artificial intelligence for high impact research and publication. You go to YouTube or you go to any other social media, you will see many areas, many people speaking about okay, this. Just a minute. I see a message that my voice is very low. Okay. Is it better now? Can somebody give a message? Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, fine. So what I was telling you is, you go to YouTube or you go to any social media, you will see many tools, AI tools for research. But these research tools are only constrained to some literature review or paper selection, or for paraphrasing, summarizing, or some data analysis. I would like to tell you that this entire thing, what they are speaking in terms of AI tools, it is only 5% of AI's capability. Tomorrow, I am going to explain those balanced 95% how to use. So this is about how to AI, artificial intelligence for high impact research. So for consolidating this, I am going to tell you today, I am going to take 2 parts. First part is the underlying threats of outcome-based education. And the second, I am going to speak about 100 ways to use ChatGPT for an exciting classroom. So here I will cover OBE and AI for teaching. And tomorrow I am going to speak to you about AI for high impact research and publication. Okay. So before starting, I would like to tell something about my acquaintance with the AI. I can say that I am one of the first to start using generative AI in India. So I have written 5 books on artificial intelligence, and we are one of the first people to team to purchase API from OpenAI, that is ChatGPT, and start developing AI products in India. We have developed a bunch of AI products. They are for teaching and for startup and for research. So this is the background. This is a background, and with these credentials, I am speaking to you. So now let us first go to the underlying threats of OBE, or why we need OBE, or why we are speaking about. Is it another fad, or are we going to use it for some time, and whether are we going to forget it? Let us see that part of it. I am opening my slide. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. See, I always like to show this outcome-based education in this way, in the 20th century Fox film, because this is where it gives so much of impact. We need to go for such an impact when it is coming to OBE. I will tell you, because I am standing here in front of you with an experience of real-time societal and industry experience. I will tell you, OBE might be a last chance for our country to survive as an superpower, or it is, or as a or as an economic power. If we do not use OBE, it is going to be a decline for our country itself. That is the reason government is stressing OBE, and I am going to speak to you why this OBE is so important. Now let me go to the next slide. This is a newspaper photograph I have taken about 1.5 to 2 months ago. And just to see this photograph, it is a newspaper advertisement. It is about, these are all the products being sold in India. What is common of all these things? All these things are not conceived in India, not developed in India. Some of the things only assembled in India. Some of the things are only assembled in India. This is an Apple iPhone. This is a OnePlus smartphone. This is MacBook Air. This is a 5-star. This is AC Sansui. It is LG Daikin. Here it is a TV, and that is Samsung. Noise Buds. Noise is an Indian brand, but everything is imported. This is iPad. This is a higher 240-liter refrigerator. And here our State Bank of India, leading bank, they are giving loan to buy all these foreign products here in India. This is what the situation. If you go to the second page, this I have taken a screenshot from NDTV. They are showing like this, what are all the latest gadget available. I am not finding anything Indian here. Now, this is what when we are seeing what is this particular situation means, we are not conceiving anything in India. We are not developing anything in India. This should not be the situation which with a country that has got such a big area, land area, such a big natural resources, and such a big human resources. We are almost 1/5 of the world's population, but we are not. When we go and search for who are all the inventors, we are not the inventors. And what is the penalty we as a country paying for this? What is the penalty? We are paying penalty because we are our declining Indian rupee value. Every 140 crore people are suffering because of our lack of practical skill. Why we are suffering? The reason is our import of finished goods are more than our exports. Our exports are low skill, low value item like computer software programming, or like something of a natural raw material we export. These are all low skill, low value items we export. At the same time, we import very high value items and very high value finished goods items, and or in other words, we crave for the foreign item because they are all high value items we need. At the same time, nobody sitting in the foreign country craving for our low value products. That is the reason we need to reduce our currency value to get a foreign investment itself here. Therefore, what is happening ultimately? We end up having we are falling from low skill to low skill. For example, now this is a fourth or fifth model of iPhone is getting assembled here. But no, we have not learned how to make a phone. At the same time, you take about countries like China, OnePlus or Huawei or Realme or Vivo, Oppo, all these people were once assemblers of foreign brands, and from while assembling they learned how to make phone. It is the same thing with Asus, Acer, Gigabyte. You take any of the Taiwanese companies, these are all people, they used to assemble. While assembling they learned how to design a phone and how to make a phone, how to brand it, how to make it attractive and to compete with the same people they once entrusted them for assembling the phone. And you may ask that why should somebody do? I will tell an example. Recently, a material science laboratory from USA, they purchased one iPhone, Apple iPhone 15 Pro. And for you know that you go to amazon.in, you will see the price. It is 1.72 lakh rupees. This particular company, they purchased this new phone and pulverized it. They made it a powder. They did the material science analysis of this. How much copper, how much glass, how much aluminum, how much molybdenum, how much copper. They completely made a material list of this. And you see that how much is the total value of that. This total value is $1.1, or it is 95 rupees, or 92 rupees is the price of, is the raw material of the thing we are buying for with 1.72 lakh rupees. Where is 92 rupees? Where is 1.72 lakh? This is what the value of intelligence, value of innovation, value of engineering means. Making something of 92 rupees to make something of 1.72 lakh rupees. That is the value. That is the value of engineering. At the same time, now let us see here. When engineering has got such a value, okay, I will add. I will add one more point to this. I read in the magazine called Economist. I read that they made a breakup of the Apple iPhone. Apple iPhone, the breakup. All vendors, how much money who is getting? How much they are writing like this: $500 one iPhone, one $500 one iPhone. In that, for that iPhone, the maximum money is going to a vendor called Samsung. They are supplying the display and they are supplying one chip. Another, it is $15.8. Then there are many companies, they are supplying parts to iPhone. And you need to understand an important thing. Ultimately, they have written how much they are paying for the assembling company. Assembling company, they are paying $6. That is one iPhone assembling. The assembling company is getting only $6, and we are taking proud that we are assembling it. Assembling is only a muscle job. It is not a job with the brain, because every process flow, every jigs and fixture, every station design, every industrial design of this particular industrial engineering of this particular assembly process is done abroad. It is brought here. They take our youth to do the assembly, and for this, that company is getting some maximum some $6. And where is this for $500? Where is the $6? Are we destined to live and die like that? That is what we need to see. This is what exactly called the value of engineering, because we are going behind that $6. We are not going behind that $500. We are not going behind. We are not trying to become a brand owner and a conceiving and a developing person. We are actually becoming like an assembling person. Why this is happening? This is what I am going to speak in the first 1 hour. It is about the value of OBE. Now, you understood what is the value of engineering when it is used. Now you see like this. Tamil Nadu, over 200 engineering colleges fill just 10% of seats. 37 get zero admission. That means 37 engineering colleges in Tamil Nadu didn't get even one student. And 200 engineering colleges got only 10, could fill only 10% seat. What is the reason? Because they say there is no demand for engineering. Why there is no demand for engineering here, and why there is demand for engineering everywhere? This is what happening with every other area, every other area. Now let us go ahead and this can be explained exactly through Bloom's taxonomy. Means where exactly we stand. This is a gathered data from a pan-India survey. It shows that from various levels of Bloom's taxonomy, where our passed out students stand. I am talking about where our graduates stand. See, when people say that somebody has got an infrastructure, but we need to say like that. In that case, why we are not able to design and give it for manufacturing? Just to see here, 94% of our graduates are confused graduates, and they are in the Bloom's Remember. Means whatever they have studied a 4-year degree course. And after completing the 4-year degree course, after studying about 50 to 54 studying, writing, passing some 50 to 54 subjects, they are not interested in even one subject of that BTech, because they can only retrieve something what they mugged up for the examination. They all feel low self-esteem. They all go back and fight in their houses. They make the life miserable for family members. They all want to go to somewhere, Australia, Germany, or Canada, somewhere for higher studies. They are not going for higher studies because they have got an interest in a subject. They just want to extend their student life in front of society, and they just think that a master's degree will do a miracle so that they become employable, so that their self-esteem, self-confidence will go up. The same people, they do not understand that most of them cannot go to a foreign university and cannot start learning there. Second thing is, when they are going for a master's degree, a specialization will be stuck on their CV, and their employability and their opportunities are getting narrowed down. This is what happening with the 94% of our students in this system. And when we go to next, Bloom's comprehension, that means someone who can understand something and speak in their own words. They are only 3.7% in our system. And you please see the companies like TCS, Cognizant, Infosys and all, they try to take people from here. The reason is they can do that carpenters and plumbers type of slogging job these companies are giving. Why I am using this type of words? Because Infosys is in existence for about 40 years, but they have not developed even a one computer programming. No, they have not developed one language. They have not developed anything contribution to the body of knowledge of information technology. What they did is they did the manual work of the invention which somebody else did, and they did that contract work and given to them. What is the commitment? What is the commitment for the country? They have not developed anything, and they need students only like this. They listen and do. They all call it Java resources, .NET resources, and they continue like that. Now let us go to the next level. That is 1.5% of students. They are the only people. They are practical graduates, means they can apply. Learned something from here. They feel like applying at some place. These people are only 1.5. I would like to tell you, because I have interviewed more than 12,000 candidates here in India for various jobs, because in my past job, I was a chief operating officer with the Tata Group. And during this time, I got an opportunity to interview many candidates, and 1.5%. These are the best people you can get in India, because you see the higher order thinking. The total we are getting only 0.8% in analyze, evaluate, and create level. We are not getting anywhere more. This is the reason we do not have good startup companies. This is the reason. This is the reason. For the last 20 years, more than 2,500 colleges in India giving a degree called MCA, Master of Computer Application, but they have not found even one app, one operating system, one keyboard, one mouse. They have not developed. Why it is like this? And how our entire, we are proud that we are all great people. Then why are we in this way? Why when we take a mouse, why we cannot design a mouse? From 1978, IIT Bombay is giving a BTech in computer, BTech in information technology. From 1965, IIT Kanpur had one of the best IBM computers in the world. This is the thing, infrastructure we had. I know that because I worked on a computer numerical controlled milling machine in IIT Delhi in 1986. And these things people use only to write some paper and publication, not to make anything useful here. Our main question is, why are we not getting an application level thinking? Why are we not able to analyze, evaluate, and create? This is what the situation we need to address. Now our Prime Minister says that we have to become, we are going to become a developed country by 2047. Unless we learn how to grow through Bloom's taxonomy, we are not going to achieve that. The basic, if you take any definition of education, any definition, right from Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, to what our former president APJ Abdul Kalam said, you will come to know one important thing. They are all talking about taking students through Bloom's taxonomy from remember level to the creation level. If you see is that is what the cognitive growth. If this cognitive growth, if you cannot achieve, the education is not done. But at the same time, I wanted to tell you one very, very important thing. None of our education system, they are speaking about how to take through the students through Bloom's taxonomy. They are all using Bloom's taxonomy for question paper setting. They are all using Bloom's taxonomy only for that OBE evaluation, but that is not the requirement. You go to any developed country, there Bloom's taxonomy is taken as a level of attainment. It's a level of attainment. It is not for question paper setting. So the important thing about our OBE requirement is how to take students from the lower level of Bloom's taxonomy to the higher level of Bloom's taxonomy. I am speaking to you. I am speaking to you about how to do that in this till 8 o'clock. That is what my objective is. I am going to show you because I know that most of the faculty members, you are sitting here, you are sitting with a very good heart. You really want to become a good teacher. You really want to become a contributor. See, when I was flying from Amsterdam to Bombay, there was a teacher sitting next to me, and that teacher was from Finland. And that teacher was telling me that teaching is a bad word because teaching, if I tell somebody, I will teach you a lesson, it's a bad word. But that is not the thing. Every teacher should call himself or herself as a learning causer. Means you should be the cause of somebody learning. You should be the reason for somebody learning. You should be the inspiration for somebody learning. That is what the real teacher is. Such a teacher cannot be replaced by AI. But such a teacher cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. Such a teacher cannot be replaced by online learning or YouTube. So therefore, we are going to speak here about how to take students from the lower level to the higher level. Now, before going there, let me speak to you regarding how this attributes, how graduate attribute is controlled by this level of Bloom's taxonomy. See, I work on artificial intelligence. So I will tell you one thing. Now onwards, whatever is in the syllabus from 2025, 2026, whatever we are teaching, whatever we are writing examination, in this syllabus, it is not going to be of any use in the future. Because see, what are all the type of jobs will go for automation? Those jobs which has a requirement of Bloom's taxonomy, remember comprehension level, those are going for automation. Those things can be replaced by artificial intelligence. Therefore, the type of the jobs which are going to remain here, they are all with the Bloom's taxonomy apply and above level. Apply and above level type of jobs only requirement. Now we have to come to an important thing. So when whatever we studied is of no use, then what is of use? The uses are coming from only those things called graduate attributes. But we forget graduate attributes. If you take OBE, that is William G. Spaddy's own documentation, If you go and read his books, you will understand one thing that we are forgetting in our system. In our system, the topmost thing is program outcome. But William G. Spady, he put one more thing above that. He called exit outcome. Exit outcome means when a student taking the TC and leaving the institution, crossing the gate, what should be the outcome he or she should be carrying? It is called exit outcome. OBE's OBE's ultimate objective is exit outcome, not program outcome. Exit outcome is directly to the graduate attribute. You please read the graduate. Is it clear now? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Okay, let me resume my talk. Okay, I am coming to this graduate attributes. Graduate attributes is everybody's right. If a student is not attaining graduate attributes, it's a crime towards that those parents who send those students to the institution. Graduate attributes is a requirement why an institution should provide to the society. So what are these graduate attributes? Just to see, it is not related to any syllabus. It is a disciplinary knowledge, communication skill, critical thinking, problem solving, analytical reasoning, research related skills, cooperation, teamwork, scientific reasoning. Okay, these are all of UGC. We have got 15 graduate attributes of UGC and there are 12 graduate attributes of AICT or it is NBA. Now we will see like this, each graduate attribute, if we see, we will see that directly these things are going to make that person valuable, come what may. Whatever be the technology, whatever be the artificial intelligence, or whatever be the level of automation, our students are going to shine if they are getting a good grip of these graduate attributes. But sadly, only 1.5% of our students are gaining these graduate attributes. Therefore, we need to see that what. Okay, there's a question. Are graduate attributes same as program outcomes? No. Graduate attributes, actually it is according to outcome based education, according to the father of OBE, that is William G. Spady. These are exit outcomes. It is not program outcome. For example, I will tell you why this GATE examination, that engineering top examination GATE, why this GATE examination 100% people, why they are not able to invent anything, why they are not able to contribute anything great. They are all going to some IITs during that MTech and they are actually settling into some small job. Why it is not possible? Why this is happening? The reason is that GATE examination is conducted on syllabus. It is not conducted on exit outcome. It is not conducted on graduate attributes. That is the reason our country is suffering in engineering. See, now you see like this, student who very clearly who said it has come on NDTV. I took a screenshot and kept that student. That student, that student, she had an interview in Canada. She was telling it was her dream of leaving India. Now let me tell you an important thing. Why foreign university syllabi don't produce the same results in India? Why foreign university type of infrastructure is not producing the same result in India? If you go to most of the IITs, you will see that you have got infrastructure like a foreign university. Why it is not creating the same thing in India, same result in India? This is what the point I am going to speak to you now. See, before we speak about that, I have to speak a little about Bloom's taxonomy. See, in Bloom's taxonomy is also taught in a little confusing way here in India. It is said that in 1956 there was a Bloom's taxonomy by Dr. Benjamin Bloom. Am I audible now? Am I audible? Okay. Okay, fine. See, here in 1956 by Dr. Benjamin Bloom, his committee developed this Bloom's taxonomy, and it was knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. And in 2001, there were some living members of that particular team of 1956. They, after analyzing all the criticisms about Bloom's taxonomy, they developed a modified Bloom's taxonomy. But it is not that they just changed evaluation and creation separate and changed the name from knowledge to remember. It is not. They put knowledge dimension. They told that knowledge cannot be told in one line. Knowledges are various levels of knowledge. So we need to understand these various levels of knowledge. So this knowledge, they put it into 4 different sections. That is what I am going to show you here. They made it in such a way that this Bloom's taxonomy on vertical, it is remember, comprehension, apply, analysis, evaluate, create. And knowledge is in 4 different style. Factual knowledge, conceptual knowledge, procedure knowledge, metacognitive knowledge. There are 4 types of knowledge. We cannot combine that. Because this is what the major difference in the modified Bloom's taxonomy. It is not that they made knowledge, change the name to remember. It is not. It is not that they made it into evaluation and creation. I will show you here. When it is remember factual, it is recite or list. Remember conceptual, it is recognize or it is recognize. Remember procedural, it is recall. Remember metacognitive, it is identify. Comprehend factual, it is summarize. Comprehend conceptual, it is classify. Comprehend procedure, it is demonstrate. Comprehend metacognitive, understand. Please see this one. The power of the word understand. Unless we comprehend through our metacognitive, we are not understanding anything. Till that time, our knowledge is lesser than that. It's a very important thing. Understanding is comprehend metacognitive. Then apply factual, employ. Apply conceptual, provide. Apply procedural, carry out. Apply metacognitive, use. See, metacognitive is important thing. Metacognitive means our thinking about our thinking, our self-knowledge, where we stand, means we are having that concept about ours and usefulness. Therefore, it is metacognitive. Please Please understand this difference. Then your approach to Bloom's taxonomy, your approach to cognitive growth, your approach to the learning, teaching, learning will be very different. Analyze factual, deconstruct. Analyze conceptual, investigate. Analyze procedural, discover. Analyze metacognitive, separate. Evaluate, factual, critique. Evaluate, conceptual, modify. Evaluate, procedural, judge. Evaluate, metacognitive, decide. Means you are taking a decision. Means evaluation and metacognitive. Then create, factual, produce. Please understand, it is a produce is the lowest form of creation. It is lower. Create, conceptual, it is generate. Now you understood where ChatGPT is coming, where generative AI is coming. It is create, conceptual. Then create, procedural is design. Create, metacognitive is create. So create metacognitive, that is a highly intelligent work. That is what they create. See, now you see this. We are taking armed with knowledge quizards from 32,000 school shatter barriers. Attending quiz, where is it standing? It is only in Bloom's remembering comprehension. And we are taking them as intelligent people. Our fundamentally, where do we stand? Just a minute, I am checking my my phone, no, computer for audio. Okay, let us go ahead. So, see, there is no meaning of complaining. There is no meaning of complaining, and there is no meaning of saying there is no meaning of saying like that. What is we do not have? We have to find solution. So based on, I am going little fast. Based on this, based on that detailed studies. If you see this, what are all that verbs used in Bloom's taxonomy itself? For taking students from 94%, that is remember to comprehension, what we require is language for comprehension or literacy for generating insight. Unless they develop the literacy to develop insight, they are not going to comprehend. So the basic thing is, we need, whether it is degree program, whether it is master's degree program, we need to build literacy for comprehension or developing insight. Then students can reach to the comprehension level. from comprehension level to apply level, if students should grow cognitively, that to meet the objective of the OBE, they should study critical and creative thinking. They should know how to practice it. And from apply level, anything about higher order thinking, they need idea, exposure, and world view. I will explain a little about this. The basic thing is literacy for developing insight or language for comprehension. From comprehension to the apply level, the students need to develop critical and creative thinking. Let me tell you an important point. Every education policy of ours, let it be NEP 2020, or you take NAC, or you take 21st century skills. Everywhere there is a common wording: critical thinking. Now you go and see every syllabus of Indian universities, every syllabus of Indian schooling, every syllabus of any vocational training. Can you see critical thinking? No. Critical thinking is not taught at all. In foreign countries, it is taught, it is coming from the social learning. In our case, it is not coming at all. Then this is what one of the main thing. Third thing is idea, exposure, and world view. You know what? There is nothing called thinking outside the box. We can only think what is inside our brain. We can only reorganize that and become creative. For example, there is a famous quotation by Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs quotation. Steve Jobs is considered as one of the most creative CEOs in the world. His definition of creativity is like this. He says it is rearranging what you already know. So if you know many things, you can rearrange more. You can become more creative. If you do not have more things to rearrange, that means you do not have any past experience. You have not read any books. You do not have the practice of extra reading. You do not notice people. You do not have the empathy to see other person's problem. Then you are not going to be creative. You cannot develop a product. You cannot conceive another computer application, because if you are to conceive another computer application, you should have the empathy to see the suffering because of an existing computer application. If you do not have that type of an ability built into the system, if nobody is explaining such a thing to the students, then how are they going to develop a startup? How are they going to become creative? How are they going to make a new economy? That is the reason. Even from 1978, our IIT Bombay has not created a big computer wizard who could develop a new application, new language, new technology. No, they all went somewhere. They all become some employee. They all become some general manager, president. That's all. We are not grown beyond that. But that is not the thing our country requires. We require higher thing. That is the reason we need. This is what in the hands of teachers. What we need is, we need the approach to take students from lower level to the higher level through these 3 steps. Now, before I conclude, let me tell you an important thing. You all know about competitive examinations like IELTS, like SAT, like GRE, like GMAT. What are these examinations? It is not about English. It is not about mathematics. It is not about speaking. They are all tests analyzing your levels in Bloom's taxonomy. It is all test on Bloom's taxonomy. Because if a person who has a trained good in Bloom's taxonomy, they only can get so they are getting students with high levels of Bloom's taxonomy. So here I am coming to one screen. There you will see that there is a young person's photo. He is Lev Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky's theory, even though he died at the age of 38, his learning theories are still alive. Right from Mexico to Canada, from North Korea to Japan and New Zealand, his learning theory is applied everywhere. It is social cognitive constructivism. He says like that every student construct his or her learning in his or her ways. So it is important that when you are addressing students, 60 students in the class, you can see like that how are they constructing the knowledge, what is spoken by you, or in other words, whatever you speak, they are constructing their own knowledge in various ways. So these are all the thing. 3 points what we discussed is right from Lev Vygotsky's theories. That is language for developing insights, critical and creative thinking, idea exposure, and worldview. So this I am repeating here. Language for comprehension, idea exposure and worldview, no, critical and creative thinking, and idea exposure and worldview. Unless we develop these 3 things, we are not going to build graduate attributes in our students, and OBE will remain only in calculations. So now it is 8 o'clock. I am concluding my first session, that is underlying thread of OBE. If anyone has got any question, I will answer them here. Sinabji. See, I have got a computer problem here. It is volume is automatically going down. I don't know why. Ah.
Least.
Yes, sir.
It is something has gone down.
See, it is coming 100 here, but it is not coming 100 here. Understood? Even it is going up to here, and people are saying it is not visible.
It's not listen.
Ah, I don't know.
Switch fan. It's like trouble, but
No, it's okay. It may not come. Now let me see. Hmm.
it's not.
Any questions? Any questions on this? Okay, if there are any more questions, actually I have seen 2 questions, but they are all okay. See, I want to respond 2 things here. There were 2 questions here. I didn't answer because that is on easy Google search you can get. I need not spend everybody else's time for. And there was an opinion that when ISRO and various one more organization, he said that when they are developing their own, but we need to understand that we are a country of 140 crore people, and these are all islands of excellence. Islands of excellence, but islands of excellence, 1 or 2 are not enough. And for example, we are buying we are buying a mouse from China and we are saying like that we have got this particular thing. At the same time, we need to understand countries like South Korea, countries like Taiwan and all, they have not they have not sent any rockets to the planet, but thing is that they are actually doing something very different. So we need to do this. Whatever he said, these two places are islands of excellence. Now I am going back to another section now, that is 100 ways. 100 ways. Okay, there is a question from Regita Madam. How our universities are failing in our in OBE. Please bear with me. I just want to clarify something. Okay, see, we have got a problem because of our Lord Macaulay's ghost. Everyone who is speaking against Lord Macaulay, they are also a proponent. They are also a proponent of Lord Macaulay. They are also a proponent of Lord Macaulay. Means they follow exactly the same. That is what happening. Unless something happens in for this particular purpose, we are going to remain in the same. I will tell you an example. You go and see the GATE examination question paper. That is actually an examination for the master's examination after master's degree. There are question paper in GATE examination. 5 or 6 question papers are for English. You will see that 5 to 6 questions are from the 12th standard or 8th standard English questions. But that is not the thing exists. That is not the thing. And that is not the thing expected. What we expect is that every question should be with good academic English, so that with a good academic English only a student will be able to understand that question. Instead, what we do, we give 5 questions on English and the rest of the questions are in the same way. So it is exactly like I go to a restaurant and I ask for palak paneer, and I am getting in one katori I get some palak, in one katori I get some paneer, in one katori I get some masala. I am not getting the mix of this. So this is what exactly happening here. So therefore now let me go to the next session. That is AI for pedagogical excellence. Please bear with me. I will close this and I will open a new. I will open a new slide. Is my screen visible? Okay. See, this is a program I take offline for one day because it is 100 plus ways to use ChatGPT for an exciting classroom. Means this one, through artificial intelligence, we explain various learning theories and various ways to make an excitement in the classroom. That is what this is all about. I know that this is 1 hour is too less for this, but I will explain what I can explain in this way. See, teachers all over the world, they were complaining about WhatsApp and Instagram. We cannot blame our children because WhatsApp and Instagram, they give continuous excitement for them. They are all looking for excitement. So when they don't get such an excitement in the classroom, they come and say that it is boring. Even most important subjects where many people sacrifice their life to the enrichment of that body of knowledge, still our students say that it is boring. So this is, in such a situation, ChatGPT or generative AI is something that is God sent. Something that is God sent. So therefore, this is a very, very important thing. This is a very important thing. Every sincere pedagogic the teacher must learn ChatGPT to use in the classroom. That too, it is not that you can use by using some AI tools. You must learn how to use it. What are all the ways in which to use it? That is what I am going to speak to you now. I hope most of you would have tried generative AI or ChatGPT at least to some extent. But I will explain to you why this ChatGPT or generative AI. What is that big hype? What is that big hype is about? See, it can automate tasks. It can give advice. It can write and debug code. It can generate ideas and brainstorm. It can create content. It can build website. It can perform chat. It can analyze data, generate data sets. It can even create physical objects. So first, let me speak about this thing. What is artificial intelligence? Now I will tell you what are the things coming in this. First, there's an introduction. In that, what is artificial intelligence? How intelligent is artificial intelligence? How artificial is artificial intelligence? What is generative AI? What will be the impact of generative AI from ChatGPT to 3D printing? Then what is ChatGPT? What skills do you need to make best use of generative AI like ChatGPT? How to use ChatGPT, keys to use ChatGPT, prompt and prompt engineering. These are skills needed for good prompting. These are all the things as an introduction. I will tell you some of the things as an introduction if by thinking that whatever you know about the AI and generative AI, I will refine that a little. It is going to be helpful to build a good face. First, I will tell you what is artificial intelligence. As the name says, a software program which mimics human intelligence is actually doing an artificial intelligence. It can be of various levels. For example, even a cut copy paste or even something memory, even some memory which is coming through our Microsoft Word or same time we have to understand how intelligent is artificial intelligence and how artificial is artificial intelligence. I will tell you a small story here as an example. Yes, as one of the participants said, this is a content is too high, but I am going to speak about some of the fundamentals and I am going to show at least some examples what are the things we can do with this. So let me tell some fundamental things about this. See, there used to be artificial intelligence long time, but last 1 year, what is that very big, there is a very big hype with the ChatGPT. This is what we need to speak about this thing now. See, I will tell you an example. Earlier, that is a traditional AI. Traditional AI, most of the time, it depended on algorithms, depending upon programs. And if I tell an example, you take about a heart surgeon. For example, Dr. Devi Shetty. Suppose he decides that he wants to automate his heart surgery. He could program a robot for heart surgery, and that robot could do the surgery. But do you know what is the problem? If this robot comes across a situation where it is not programmed for, that robot would stop. It will stop doing the surgery. It will stand still. But at the same time, if the same Dr. Devi Shetty, he decides to do heart surgery through machine learning or the generative AI, situation will be very different. The way in which this generative AI robot is taught, even if it comes to a situation where this robot is not exposed to a situation of heart surgery, it will continue to do surgery. The reason is it has got exposure to the entire medical trained data available on earth. That is what this ChatGPT or generative AI, they are called LLM, large language models. They are trained with the type of the information, all whatever is available in the public domain. So entire public domain data is available to them at their disposal to work according to the objective or according to the prompt given. Therefore, this generative AI based robot will continue to do heart surgery even if it gets exposed to a place it is not taught. This is a difference between a traditional AI and an artificial and a generative AI. Here, one very simple thing I will tell you. You all would have seen that how the text is getting generated on ChatGPT's or Gemini's screen. It is getting developed in front of you. And how is it happen? It has got only one simple thing. Based on the prompt given, it is only thinking what is the most probable next. If you have forgotten everything about this program, you just remember that generative AI works on this, what is the most probable next. So when it works like that, it is getting generated, it generates information. Or I will tell you another thing, I am not going to speak about any highly technical thing like tokenization, training, natural language processing and all. I will tell you just a small analogy. See, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H up to Z, there are 26 texts. These 26 texts are remaining loose. You can take individual thing and you can create meaningful words. In the same way, all this information in public domain, in digital form, these are all kept loose like a ABCD. So if there is a particular idea, if there is a particular observation or particular information, you define it. You can combine those things and according to your visualization, your imagination, you can coin things. That is what happening with the generative AI. And that is done in a very successful way. Therefore, I hope you understand. You got some information in this. I will tell you one more thing. During my BTech is in mechanical. One of my classmates in mechanical engineering, he dismantled one bike and he made a scooter. So what he did, he made a use of all this bikes item and he made it as a scooter. Similarly, whatever information available in the public domain, all are remaining loose. You can take it and you can make exactly in whichever way you want. This particular way, giving instruction, it is called prompting, or it is a prompt engineering. The way in which we are crafting prompt is called prompt engineering. And prompt engineering is one of the most sought after professions in the world now. People say that is one of the most highly paid job in United States and Europe. And this generative AI, before I venture into each method, I am going to speak one more thing. If you are a history teacher, biology teacher, or from a language teacher, now the time has come to you. If you are of any of these particular subject expert, please go to ChatGPT and generative AI, because you can use the software. You can be creator of the software. You can be really creating an application without even knowing coding. Now we are entering to a field. This is called no code software. No code software in the sense you need to only articulate in your own language and it will get converted to software. So therefore, this is a golden opportunity happened in our lifetime. Therefore, please don't miss this opportunity. Learn prompting, learn more about ChatGPT, and it is going to be very rewarding. Now, I am sitting here in front of you. You can see I am sitting with the gray hair. At this age, with the ChatGPT, I really believe it has got it extended my life by about 15 years because I am able to do things in a very different way. I am able to do it in a very satisfying way. It has increased, in my opinion, my lifetime for about 15 years. You are all are younger to me, and proportionately, if you are saying your life is going to get extended, maybe 30 years, maybe 50 years. So therefore, don't leave this particular ChatGPT. Work on this. Do the wrestling with this. Okay, now let me go to the next page. I am going to this creating a course. See, many of these things what I am speaking here, these are there in LMS. These prompts and these details are there in LMS. So I am going a little fast and explaining to you. So before that, my request is I know that I am going little fast, but anyone who has got a mind to learn, this should not be a deterrent. So please write down my phone number. Please write down my phone number. If you have any clarification anytime, you can call me. My number is 967 367 0033. 967 367 0033. I sleep at 10, get up at 4:30. Apart from this, anytime you call, if I am busy, I will return your call. There is a WhatsApp also on this. I hope you got my phone number. Okay, now let us go ahead. I am speaking about creating a course description. See, all these things, how to use, it is there on LMS. Please go through LMS. You can create a course description with ChatGPT. You okay, 967 367 0033. See, create a learning goals and outcome. That means if you have a syllabus, you can create syllabus. Yes, 967 367 0033. Yes, there is WhatsApp on this. Okay. And create learning goals and outcomes as per various levels. The various levels of Bloom's taxonomy. You can ask whatever coming to your mind, you can ask. For example, you can create learning goals and you can create course outcome. Give syllabus. You can get course outcomes as per various levels of Bloom's taxonomy. See, create a lesson plan teaching manual. I will tell you a magic in this. I will tell you a magic in this. You can tell ChatGPT what is the portion you are trying to cover in that particular period. You can ask ChatGPT to write a short note about that. This you can give to students. You can tell ChatGPT what you should be speaking in the class. You can ask ChatGPT when you are speaking this, what you should be writing there on the board. You can ask ChatGPT when you are writing this in the board, what should be the image or diagram you should be showing there in the board. You can ask ChatGPT, you have got 4 or 5, there are various classifications of students. Work model is there, MBTI is there, multiple intelligence, various types of students are there. You can tell ChatGPT, now rewrite this class notes. Okay, here there is a question whether our thinking ability goes down when you are using ChatGPT. Actually, when you are using ChatGPT better, your thinking abilities are going up. I will tell you an example. When students started using calculator, they started calculating, they started doing better type of problem solving. If you are going to see only from the calculation point of view, I am sure that ability would have lost. But what we are seeing is the skill migration, because we are not expecting. Now, for example, I will tell you, after smartphone, now I do not remember anybody's phone number. I don't even remember my phone number. But same time, I am able to call. On my phone, there are 1,300 contacts. I am able to contact 1,300 people within 2 or 3 seconds. So that is what called a skill migration. We have to think about migration. We should not think about my ability to remember some 3 or 4 phone numbers of the past. I should not be thinking about my father could multiply 96 by 12 easily within 2 seconds. But I don't need that. But I need a calculator, I need a computer to do a higher order problem solving. Therefore, we need to think from the skill migration point of view when we are speaking about ChatGPT. Okay, see, with the automobile, many people would have become obese. But at the same time, automobile would have taken faster you to a gym, or it would have taken faster from your office to your home or college to your home, and it would have given you more time for doing exercise. Therefore, it is not that there is a reason to say in that way. So now let us come back to this. Create a lesson plan teaching manual. This everything can be done with ChatGPT easily. See, ChatGPT can develop classroom activities. For example, suppose you have got a 45 minutes with one particular class. In what way you can spend? This is a confusing time. This is a confusing area with most of the teachers. What you can do is that ask ChatGPT. Actually, I am not showing anything hands-on, anything here, because normally when I do the offline program, I request all faculty members to come with their laptop or with their smartphone, and they can have the hands-on experience. But here I am telling you these entire prompts are available with LMS. So from LMS you can take and you can start using them. So this is crafting classroom activities. When we start a new class, when we enter to a new group, we need some of the ice-breaking ideas. And sometimes people say that uh, this first impression, there is no chance for a second impression. But sometimes first impression is the only impression. Therefore, we need to start the class with a bang. We need to start the class with a very good examples and very good talk. So just to tell ChatGPT that any topic, any subject, any topic, how to start this class. ChatGPT will give exciting stories, anecdotes, and jokes, etc., so that we can start that class in an You also must be knowing that many parents and many students, they complain that even there was a comment by one of our participants here, that our teachers are not able to give examples which is touching life, means real life examples. Create and articulate relevant examples. This ChatGPT is a gold mine. Ask ChatGPT to give real life examples about any subject, any topic. ChatGPT will give that. See, there is a question. There is a question here. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Okay. See, there is a question here. How to make sure that see, I want to tell you certain things related to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a tool. It is not a source. ChatGPT is a tool. It is not a source. ChatGPT will work based on it. It works on GIGO principle. GIGO principle in the sense garbage in, garbage out. How articulately we ask a question. Based on that, we will get the responses. Another point is, since we have got a username and password, ChatGPT knows us well. If you are not using the custom instruction part of ChatGPT, there is, if you are not using, if you are not using that custom instruction part of ChatGPT, that if you are not telling ChatGPT who you are, if you are not telling ChatGPT what way you are expecting ChatGPT to behave with you, then ChatGPT will behave in a very different way with you. That is point number one. Point number two is that you should never agree for the first response given by ChatGPT. If you are going to continuously agree whatever cuffed up by ChatGPT as yes, then ChatGPT will think that you are an idiot. ChatGPT will think you will believe whatever ChatGPT says. You should learn how to question ChatGPT. When you learn how to question ChatGPT, then you are taking yourself to a very high pedestal in front of ChatGPT. And there was a question here. There was a question here from Anaka madam. I wanted to answer that. See, her question is it worth going for the paid version, that is ChatGPT Plus? I always say, if you have an objective, serious objective of working, if you need very big reasoning power, if you need to do critical thinking, if you need to do research, then my request is that don't waste time with the free ChatGPT. Free ChatGPT is good for some travel agent or a grocery seller. It is not good for an intellectual person who is going to work something worthwhile on that. Because ChatGPT, for I am not a seller of ChatGPT, but I am a user of ChatGPT for more than a year now. I have a paid subscription. I will tell you, ChatGPT 4 is more than 700 times intelligent than ChatGPT 3.5. The type of the answers you get are very, very different. And the type of the questions you ask, and even type of the things you can get feedback from ChatGPT 4 are very different. So therefore, anyone who is doing a serious work, please go for ChatGPT 4. So now here it is for crafting personalized lecture notes. You can have you can. This is a very interesting part. Whatever be the problem, whatever be the project you have, you can use ChatGPT to create rubrics. You can use it for creating rubrics. It will give the criteria. It will give the criteria. It will give exactly convincing way how to create rubrics. Now I am coming to another point, that is generating presentation slides. Generating presentation slides is one of the most misused feature of generative AI. When I started using generative AI ChatGPT, there were only some 30 to 50 AI tools on internet. Now there are more than 32,000, and many of these things are for making presentation slides. let me tell you one thing. Presentation slides, please don't use any of the AI tools. You use ChatGPT. You tell ChatGPT exactly what is your requirement, how many slides. Even ChatGPT will tell you in which slides what are the things you need to write, and if there are no graphics, it will tell what is the type of the graphics you can use on each page. And then my request is that copy that and put it in a genuine. Yes, I use only ChatGPT to create presentation. Then I copy this thing and put it into the genuine PowerPoint presentation slide. Please don't use any of these things, because on ChatGPT and generative AI, we need to understand there is nothing called free, nothing called free lunch. Even if whether it is a chat PPT or whether it is a chat PDF, you will see that first few at a low level, they will give you free only to make you a fan of theirs. Afterwards, they will ask for money. So it is not necessary. My sincere advice to each one of you is that if you are going to work on generative AI, you need only one tool, that is ChatGPT. You need only one. Everything else is there in the form of plugins. Oh, you need only one. Don't go for any other thing unless there is a special reason. Unless there is a special reason. I will tell you, maximum, if you are a serious researcher, you might have to go to one more AI related thing, maybe LCV or PubMed or something, because they have got a link to such a big repository of papers. Otherwise, there is no need to go for any of the AI tools. You have the mother of all AI tools, that is ChatGPT, and you can, with the prompting, you can get anything out of that, anything out of ChatGPT. So generating PowerPoint slides, I request everyone, don't use any of the AI tools, use only ChatGPT and use the PowerPoint slide of your interest, because our PowerPoint slides reflect our personality. That shows who we are. That should not be taken from somebody's free lunch. It should be a thoughtful process. Therefore, you have to use your own customized power. See, this is the one I was speaking about. Uh, this is one I was speaking about, that every teacher, that personalized study plans and support for students. For example, you can use a work model, you can use multiple intelligence, you can use the MBTI, etc. Then to see, create an outline for any topic. You put any subject a big chunk of text, and if you want to take a class for 1 hour, class for 3 hours, class for 2 hours, you can tell ChatGPT, I am going to take a class, create an outline for that. ChatGPT will create outline for that particular thing. All these details are there in LMS. LMS, and if anyone has got any clarification on this, you have my phone number with you and call me. See, write instructions for various tasks. See, this is a very important thing of ChatGPT. Even you can create instructions for doing anything. It can be a lab test. It can be a one particular process, or everything can be. You can make instructions exactly with the ChatGPT. For example, I have created a prompt. With that, we can give to a chemistry lab salt analysis. Any student can tell, okay, this is the physical appearance of my salt I have received. That you enter first. then ChatGPT will tell, okay, in that case, you do this thing and tell me what is the result. Then I will tell you what to do next. In this way, with the 16, 20 steps, ChatGPT will take a student with salt analysis to the logical conclusion. Auto grading of essays. Now you can even get the essays in PDF format and you can upload to ChatGPT and you can tell ChatGPT to even evaluate your essays. See, this is an interesting thing for all those computer, statistics, mathematics, history, social sciences students. This ChatGPT is very good in generating dummy data. You can tell ChatGPT, I need 50 names, 50 names of this type of people from this type of background. ChatGPT will generate dummy data and give to you. You know that the buzzword now it is a problem-based learning, project-based learning, and they are all part of this thing, experiential learning. You know that ChatGPT can create any subject you give, and ChatGPT will give you problem-based learning or project-based learning. It will give exactly the problems. You can please refer to LMS. You will get the information how to do that. See, this is a very powerful weapon in the hands of teachers. You give any topic, ChatGPT can generate hypothetical case studies. Even you can tell ChatGPT what is the learning objective or what should be the outcome of learning with this case study. Then ChatGPT will create and you can curate it and you can get that type of hypothetical case studies. It is very good not only for management, it is even for social sciences, mathematics, and many science subjects. This is very interesting thing, planning brainstorming session using ChatGPT. You know what? Even you can make ChatGPT as a moderator. You make the prompt in such a way that ChatGPT is the moderator and you are having 8 of your students for brainstorming session. Even ChatGPT will question the students. ChatGPT will clarify the points from students. Then ChatGPT will take that point and ChatGPT will do the moderation. No, ChatGPT will do the moderator's work. This is an interesting thing. You can plan rolling role play activities with the ChatGPT, and ChatGPT even it can do the dialogue generation. See, these are all the high-level applications of ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT to give instruction to generate a music for a particular situation. ChatGPT generated that music. See, I do not be able to listen that. This graphics is created by me, but this video is not created. The point what I was telling in the beginning, that ChatGPT can compensate for the excitement created by WhatsApp and Instagram. You take any subject, you use generative AI, you can create very interesting thing. Any moment of the class can be an exciting event. This is an inject art into any curriculum. See, there is nothing called poor science. There is nothing called poor art. Because if there is no science, no art will be, art can stand the test of time. You take Taj Mahal, whether it's a work of art or a work of engineering and science. In the same way, you take any beautiful poem, there is a structure, there is a rhythm in that. Therefore, it is important to see that we can inject art into any curriculum. Let it be the boring subjects like geography, geology, or like botany, zoology. I am not saying like that they are boring, but for many people, they are boring. Therefore, all these subjects can come to life with the ChatGPT or generative AI. See, one of the important application of ChatGPT is we can create questions. And while creating questions, we can ask ChatGPT to give answer also. We need not depend on the whatever questions given only in the backside of the textbook. We can create our own questions, and we can create our own answers. So there are, whether it is a fill in the blank exercise, MC, or generating any theory type of the question, interactive quizzes, we can do this. So what I will do now is that these details are there on LMS, and you have seen various ways in which we can use ChatGPT for this. And I am going to speak to you something very different. How to prevent your students misusing ChatGPT. That is the thing. That is our last point. Let me go back and see that particular thing first. I hope I am audible and you can see the screen. What I am going to speak is how to effectively prevent people misusing ChatGPT. Okay, this is to prevent misuse of ChatGPT when you are giving assignment, etc. I will tell you some other thing here. The secret. First, the secret. Keep in mind that majority of AI technologies have used or can use only the content that is publicly available online to build their data stores. That means exclusive academic databases would not be available to ChatGPT. Let me tell you this thing. ChatGPT has got 3 places it doesn't have any access. First thing is that it is a paywall. Paywall in the sense if there are certain sites information which has got a payment wall, ChatGPT or Gemini doesn't have an entry there. They are not carrying information from there. That is one thing, paywall. Second is firewall. If there is anything which is controlled by a firewall, for example, US and mine WhatsApp chat or US and mine Gmail account or whatever we kept in Google Drive or this Apple Drive, those things are not accessible to ChatGPT. Those things are not available. So that is a firewall. Third thing is legal wall. There are certain companies, they prevented ChatGPT from accessing their websites and those details are not available. So therefore, we need to understand that these are the type of the thing ChatGPT doesn't have access. So it will be very difficult for students to use any of those things. Now, what are the ways in which you can prevent prevent students misusing ChatGPT? First, when you have got an assignment, you first show in the class itself. On ChatGPT, it comes like this. So then no one has got any doubt that one. Second, if possible, you create incremental submission assignment. Don't give the entire assignment on one stretch. It should be incremental. So when they make the first one and submit second one, it is going to be an incremental thing. It is very difficult to make that such a thing through ChatGPT. Third thing, require contextual or recent references. See, all this ChatGPT, Gemini, etc., they have got a time delay. So if you are going to ask some contextual or recent references, students will be forced to do it with their own way. Insist on 25% of assignments being infographics. That means they have to make their own video or their own graphs. 25% should be in that way. Then immediately you will see that they cannot access ChatGPT. They need to do it on their own. Give weight to personal references. Make multimedia references mandatory. And assign multimedia projects. Ask for a draft version and then edited version of the assignment. Then you will see who has done that. Then conduct in-class writing assignments. Then an oral assignment with the ChatGPT opened before you. These are all the ways in which you can prevent students misusing ChatGPT. Now it is already 8:55. We have got only 5 minutes left. Anyone has got any clarification, doubt, we can discuss about that. Any questions? Okay, there is a question from Mukesh sir. How to use ChatGPT for mathematics? See, mathematics is one of the subjects, and it is very short time for explaining for me to explain, because we have about 100 plus ways to use ChatGPT for an exciting classroom. I can say like that. In that, about 70 to 72 ways of using this can be done with ChatGPT. Okay. Now the question, now these type of questions I am not ready to answer here, because I will be wasting other person's time. For research use of ChatGPT, plagiarism may not occur. Okay, that is a good question to answer, because you may not get it immediately from immediately. See, there is a difference between AI generated text and plagiarism. AI generated text means AI was a part of while generating that text. When Microsoft says that Microsoft is putting AI into Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Google is putting AI into their Gmail plus Sheet plus everywhere, then whatever we write nowadays, there is an AI into that. So my mother tongue is not English. When I write something and I go for a grammar check on Quillbot or on Grammarly, or I will go for ChatGPT and I will follow some or not some, most of the suggestions given by them. I go and check, it will become AI generated text. So we need to understand there is a line. AI generated text is not plagiarism. AI generated text is not plagiarism, but plagiarism is copying somebody's idea, whether it is verbatim or in that idea. So therefore, how to use ChatGPT for research is a very different thing without plagiarism. I am going to explain that one tomorrow. I am going to explain how to use ChatGPT for high impact research and publication without plagiarism from 8 o'clock, from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock tomorrow. So any more questions? So thank you to all participants saying thank you. So we will, so can we identify novelty using ChatGPT? Yes, ChatGPT is for creativity. Only thing, you should know how to ask creative questions. See, ChatGPT does the augmenting work. If you are creative, a little, ChatGPT will augment your creativity. If you are a small researcher, ChatGPT will make you a big researcher. If you are even if you are an average teacher, ChatGPT will make you a super teacher. Raki madam, is there are there any questions on YouTube?
Let me look at it.
Hello, sir. There is a
Okay.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we write review article using ChatGPT by Rashida Ansari?
That is possible, and she can refer to our LMS, and details will be there.
Okay. Only that question has been asked in the live, sir.
Okay. So, madam, in that case, shall we conclude the session?
Yes, we can. So
Thank you.
thank you, sir. So
Thank you,
thank
madam.
you all for attending this session. So we will continue in tomorrow's session. So thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam.
So I guess we can wind up the session.